coming up next on Long Beach Local News.
Please stand.
Vice Mayor of Long Beach, the Honorable Dr. Suja Lowenthal.
Good evening. Thank you, everyone. It is so amazing to see all of you. Well, actually, I can't see any of you, but I know you're here. Let's give Michaela Lee and Richard Bermudez another round of applause for their amazing performance. Let's also thank Girl Scouts Troops 3183 and 4063 for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. That they stood on stage just a little bit longer. I think that was beautiful and you recognized them, so thank you. I want to welcome all of you to the 2015 Long Beach State of the City Address. If we can just take a moment to recognize our local elected officials. City Attorney, the Honorable Charlie Parkin. City Prosecutor, the Honorable Doug Halbert. City Auditor, the Honorable Laura Dowd. First District Councilwoman, the Honorable Lena Gonzalez. I love her too. Third District Councilwoman, the Honorable Susie Price. Fifth District Councilwoman, the Honorable Stacy Munger. Sixth District Councilman, the Honorable Dee Andrews. Seventh District Councilman, the Honorable Roberto Uranga. Eighth District Councilman, the Honorable Al Austin. Ninth District Councilman, the Honorable Rex Richardson. We also have here from the Long Beach Board Unified School District Board of Education Board Member Dr. Felton Williams. Board Member Megan Kerr. Board Member John McGinnis. Board Member Diana Craighead. And also from the Long Beach City College Board of Trustees, Board President Jeff Kellogg, Board Vice President Doug Otto, Trustee Sunny Zia, Trustee Irma Archuleta, Trustee Ginny Baxter. We all have our fans here today. I wanted to say that the best, truly the best of these men and women, especially my colleagues on the City Council, our city staff, our city residents, and those of you here who roll up your sleeves every single day to fulfill the potential of our great city today and to work toward fulfilling the potential of whom she could be tomorrow is what truly makes Long Beach beautiful. And I want to thank each and every one of you for your commitment. We have some special guests in our house tonight. I'd like to recognize some visiting elected officials. State Assembly Member Sebastian Ridley Thomas. County Assessor, newly elected, Jeffrey Prang. From the City of La Palma, we have Mayor Peter Kim. Our good friend, Signal Hill Vice Mayor Larry Forrester. Los Angeles City Councilman, Joe Buscaino. Thank you for being here, Joe. City of Bell Councilman, Nestor Enrique Valencia. And we'd like to warmly welcome two distinguished visitors from Mexico. Carlos Sada, Council General of Mexico. Mario Perez, Deputy Council General of Mexico. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here in our great city, in this city we love so much. We are so honored that you've joined us. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize the hard-working staff of the Terrace Theater. That's why we're here today. These are individuals who have welcomed us here tonight and are working even as we speak behind the scenes to make sure this event carries off perfectly. It's men and women like these who are less visible amongst us that are the backbones of our great city. Please join me in thanking them. Long Beach is an amazing international city of almost 500,000 people that we are all proud to call home. Our waterfront, our downtown, our historic neighborhoods, our great schools, our perfect weather are just some of the reasons we love to live, to work, and to play here. But of course, the most important reason we love Long Beach is its people, our people. The diversity, the warmth, the creativity, the tremendous work ethic of our residents make Long Beach truly a special place to live and to visit. It is a great time for Long Beach. It's palpable. You know this. It is palpable today. We have new leaders in our city, including the many new council members we just introduced, and we have entered a new era of collaboration and cooperation, and I will be the first to stand here and tell you it is palpable. For me, I have served for 8 years, and it has never felt this collaborative, this exciting. I could not be more excited by what the future holds for Long Beach. Most of you know me as extremely optimistic. I am so optimistic today. As Vice Mayor and the senior member of the council, actually let me restate that, as Vice Mayor and the most tenured member of the council, I have seen this city change and grow tremendously. I have never been more optimistic. I'm always optimistic, but I stand here before you today and tell you I have never been more optimistic. It is a great time. One of the most exciting developments has been the election of my dear friend and colleague, Mayor Robert Garcia. I first got to know the mayor as a neighborhood leader, as an educator. His passion for education and this city has always been infectious. I have worked closely with him at City Hall. I have admired his intelligence, his compassion, his leadership, and cherished his friendship. His work on issues of economic development, equality, technology, and sustainability have made our city a better place. While his time as our mayor has been short, his impact has already been seen and felt. I know we are all looking forward to hearing the mayor report on the state of the city. So without further delay, I give you the 28th mayor of the great city of Long Beach, my dear friend, Dr. Robert Garcia.
Thank you. Thank you all, and good evening, and welcome. I want to thank you all for being here, and I especially want to thank Vice Mayor Lowenthal for that very kind introduction and for her friendship. I also want to acknowledge, as she did, a few of our special guests. I know they've been named already by name, but to our citywide elected officials who are here with us in the front row, our city council members, our city commissioners, especially the newly 81 that we just appointed. Thank you. To our city manager, Pat West, our assistant city manager, Tom Modica, our many department heads, and most especially our hardworking city employees, thank you all for being here tonight. And of course, I want to thank my partner, Matt, as well as my mother and my family for being here tonight and for all that you do to support me and to support our city. I also want to welcome everyone watching at home. I know this is being streamed live, so thank you all for watching. And tonight I am deeply honored to fulfill one of the key requirements outlined in our city charter: to report on the state of affairs of the city of Long Beach, a city I love and that I am proud to call home. I am pleased to report that the state of our city is strong and is getting stronger. As we enter the 15th year of this new century, Long Beach is poised to live up to its full potential as a great international city. We will create a Long Beach of the future. Long Beach will take its rightful place as a leading city in the U.S. and around the world. And while we have a lot of work to do, which I'll talk about tonight, it's important that we recognize what we've already accomplished. Long Beach has come incredibly far in the past decade. First, Long Beach is a safer city today than it's been in 2 generations. Violent crime has dropped to its lowest level in almost 40 years, and progress in public safety can be seen in every neighborhood throughout Long Beach, including here in our downtown. So let's begin tonight by thanking the hardworking men and women of the Long Beach Police Department, the Long Beach Fire Departments, as well as their chiefs, Chief Robert Luna and Chief Mike DeRee. As we all know, in 2008, the global economy crashed, and we began facing major budget deficits. We cut more than 700 positions and trimmed our budget by $134 million. Today, Long Beach is in a better place, having balanced our revenues and our expenditures and implemented pension reform, which will save $250 million over the next 10 years. We've also established a pension stabilization fund, which is $8.5 million in funds set aside and will continue to grow. But the pension challenge is far from over. But thanks to our hard work and tough choices of my predecessor, Bob Foster, and previous city councils, we are in a position today to meet the pension challenge. We've also seen positive trends in development. In the past decade, we have built almost 2,000 residential units downtown, including affordable housing for seniors, and more than 500 additional units throughout the city. And we've seen more than 2 million square feet of retail and restaurant space either modernized or newly built. This is amazing. Average household income in Long Beach has jumped 33% citywide, and in downtown it has jumped 75% since 2000. And unemployment, after peaking at 14.6% back in July of 2010, is back down to 8.8% and continuing to decrease every single few months. We adopted our Sustainable City Plan back in 2010 and have made great progress on those goals. In the last 15 years of this century, we have built 37 new parks, increasing park space by 225 acres citywide, including more than 45 acres west of Long Beach Boulevard. We've installed more than 2,000 solar panels around the city and planted more than 4,000 trees. Our beaches earn an A and B rating from Heel to Bay, where improvements have won the city recognition for having some of the most improved beaches in all of California. Absolutely. Our airport provides direct employment to more than 11,000 jobs, and regional impact of that airport is more than $8 billion. That's our Long Beach Airport. And the Port of Long Beach continues to drive economic growth, with a 3% increase in trade for 2014, supporting $180 billion of economic activity and more than 300,000 jobs throughout the region. But despite these improvements, significant challenges remain. Looming pension liabilities will strain our budget in the years ahead unless we take action now. We are currently in negotiations with our largest public employee union, and will soon enter negotiations with all of our employee groups. Now, I am committed to fair agreements for our city employees, but they also must be fiscally responsible contracts. The days of overspending in Long Beach are over. And at our ports, as we all know, there is also conflict, congestion, escalating tensions due to the negotiations between the PMA and the ILWU. These pose real risks and need to be solved immediately. Now, I am confident that the management team and our Harbor Commission are addressing these systemic challenges that contribute to this congestion. And I urge both sides to work with the newly assigned federal mediator to reach an agreement that protects jobs and goods that flow through our port. We've read about the recent drop in the price of oil, and it presents immediate challenges to our capital improvement budget and our operating revenues in the coming years. Now, thankfully, as you know, we've been budgeting conservatively, conservatively into our price estimates. So we have to develop now a plan for the future. Now, this is critical because our city is almost 120 years old, and we must address our aging infrastructure. And as we all know, we need to combat poverty. Too many Long Beach residents struggle financially, especially our city's youth and our seniors. So how do we meet these challenges? And how do we continue progress throughout the years? I've got some ideas tonight that I want to share with all of you. We will do this by focusing on 3 major critical areas. Number 1, we will drive economic growth and development through innovation. Number 2, we will expand educational opportunity for all. And number 3, we will create a 21st century city through sustainability, technology, and civic engagement. In 2014 alone, we've made incredible progress. Long Beach won awards in leadership, in technology, in quality, and in transportation. The city filled 35,000 potholes, trimmed more than 23,000 trees, and cleaned up 75,000 graffiti tags. Absolutely. And we achieved a budget surplus of more than $3 million. We're in a good position to continue this progress, but to do so, we need to commit tonight to real economic development. Our residents need secure and good-paying jobs. As our city's ambassador-in-chief, I've already begun reaching out to industry leaders and our trading partners across the world to encourage investment. We are seeing positive signs already. The Douglas Park development by the airport is moving forward. Mercedes and Hyundai Toyota are opening new facilities, and more potential investors are in discussions with the city every single day. The Douglas Park project alone is adding 1.4 million square feet of new commercial and industrial space, which has brought more than 3,000 new jobs to our city. 3,000 new jobs here. We've also seen an increase in tourism, with convention center bookings ahead of last year by 12%. And the brand new ballroom at the arena is already booked 345 days this year and has led to $58 million in new business. And of course, the aquarium in the Pacific has had more than 1.5 million visits in 2014 alone. And I want to highlight tonight one of the main reasons why we attract so many people to Long Beach. I'm talking about an icon of downtown. It gets better with age, and it brings millions of visitors every year to Long Beach. And no, I'm not talking about the Queen Mary, I'm talking about Steve Goodwin. Steve, I want to thank you and your Convention Visitors Bureau team for all you do for Long Beach. Let's give them a round of applause. While we've had successes in 2014, we must do more. Long Beach must develop new companies and industries moving forward. I know that the city has the expertise and the capacity to innovate and to strengthen our economy. That's why we applied for and won a Bloomberg Innovation Grant. Being selected by this grant, for this grant, only brings international attention and prestige. It means that Bloomberg Philanthropies will invest $3 million over the next 3 years to create and help us with economic development here in Long Beach. This investment will bring the best economic development team to our city. The innovation team will include economic development experts, technologists, social scientists, and 3 technology fellows to help develop new approaches to grow jobs here in Long Beach. Now, I am committed to putting this team to work immediately to help Long Beach achieve a full economic potential. And as you all know, we've also created a new economic and property development department. The residents of Central Long Beach need access to healthcare, affordable housing, education, and good jobs. We've been working on this challenge, our council is working on this challenge, And because we know this is so important, it's why we're working closely with nonprofit organizations, including Building Healthy Communities, the California Endowment, Central Cha, and many others on the challenges that we have in Central Long Beach. Let's give them a round of applause. One way we've done this is to apply for a Promise Zone designation for Central Long Beach. Now, Promise Zone status is a federal designation that could direct millions of dollars to improve economic activity, expanded educational opportunities, and help us reduce violent crime. Now, only a small number of cities will be selected this year for a Promise Zone, but whether or not our application is successful, the process of applying for a Promise Zone has strengthened our relationship with our neighborhood communities, city departments, and everyone involved in the application process. This will enhance our efforts to help lift families out of Central Long Beach and out of poverty. Let's give them a round of applause. We support them tonight. I continue to believe that the #1 tool to support economic development is education. That's why I have made education my top priority as mayor. Now, the city is blessed with 3 of the best public institutions in the country: the Long Beach Unified School District, Long Beach City College, and Cal State Long Beach. Long Beach Unified is clearly one of the best urban school districts in the entire U.S., having won the Broad Prize once and being named a finalist 4 times. Long Beach City College is consistently recognized as one of the best community colleges in the nation for programs like the Promise Pathways, which is already closing the achievement gap so every student can succeed. And Cal State Long Beach is ranked one of the best universities in the West by the Princeton Review and U.S. News and World Report. And it right now ranks the 5th in the country for the number of undergrad applications, and the 1st among all 23 CSU campuses. And while each institution is impressive on its own, they are even more impressive as partners. The Long Beach College Promise is a great example. In December, all 3 institutions were invited to a White House Completion Summit, which highlighted the College Promise as a national model. The accomplishments to date are incredible, and here are just a few. #1, a nearly 50% increase in direct enrollment to Cal State Long Beach by Long Beach Unified students. #2, more than 4,000 College Promise scholarships to local Long Beach graduates who enrolled at Long Beach City College. And #3, increased degree completions and reduced remediation for students across all ethnic groups. But the best, as we all know, is still yet to come. I am proud that the city has now become a full partner in the Long Beach College Promise. And through collaboration, we can take the Long Beach College Promise to another level. And tonight I want to share with you some recent developments within our education community. As part of the White House commitment to college opportunity, the College Promise is committed to achieving some really great goals for us in Long Beach by 2025. This will have a direct impact to us. #1, we will raise in Long Beach graduation rates by an additional 10%. #2, we will graduate more than 4,000 additional BA degrees. And #3, we will increase college success and access for underrepresented students. Now, these are impressive goals and will ensure that we have a well-prepared workforce. Absolutely. And I also want to talk to you, as you all know, about something that's very important to me, and that's internships, or as we like to call it, linked learning. I have pledged, as you know, as mayor, to double the number of internships available to students in my first term. And I'm happy to report that tonight we are well on our way of achieving this goal. As we all know, our city's Career and Business Development Center is called the Pacific Gateway Workforce Investment. They have made a commitment to double the number of paid internships from 400 to 800 just this year. The city and the port have also pledged to double their internships for students this year. And our educational institutions, Cal State Long Beach City College, and Long Beach Unified are also working to expand opportunities for student internships. Now, though, we need your help. Tonight, I'm issuing a call to every employer in Greater Long Beach to partner with us, to support us, most importantly, to support our students by providing internships. We will begin enrolling employers in this initiative, and I'm asking all interested parties to sign up at hirelb.com. hirelb.com. Round of applause for hirelb.com. Those guys are hard. Those network guys have been working very hard on the site, so I wanted to give them some recognition. There will also be tonight Pacific Gateway staff at tonight's reception in the lobby to greet and meet you. So if you're interested in doing internships, you can sign up tonight, and we'll also have other opportunities moving forward. And this spring, in a few months, we will also host a kickoff event for employers and for businesses who join this call to help our students get internships. We are going to ensure that every student has an opportunity to get some work, and that deserves a round of applause. And as a quick example tonight, I want to tell you about a young woman named Brenda Martinez. Brenda Martinez was a student at Cabrillo High School, and she worked closely with the Pacific Gateway Network to land a paid internship at a law firm in Vic Spinolas. Brenda is now a senior at Cabrillo. She plans to attend Drexel University and eventually become a patent attorney. She's grown more confident, she's developed clear career goals, and built important relationships. And Brenda attributes her success, in large part, to her internship. Now, Brenda's here tonight. Please stand up, Brenda. Let's give her a round of applause. Now this is what we can do for our young people when we provide them opportunities to shine. In October, as you know, the Long Beach College Promise was also extended to include expansion of preschool and early childhood education. This, as we know, is a logical extension of the Long Beach College Promise. The academic research is clear. A high-quality early education will mean more high school graduates and college success down the road. In other cities across the country, like Seattle and San Antonio, high-quality preschool and early ed has led to long-term reductions in costly areas such as crime, social services, and healthcare. And I'm pleased to announce tonight that we are already making great progress on this goal. Long Beach Unified has embarked on an ambitious plan to expand early childhood education for our neediest students. Today, 81% of qualified students are participating in preschool programs throughout the district. Now, Long Beach Unified and us partnering with them have set a goal to enroll 100% of low-income students in preschool programs by 2018. And I've also got another big announcement. I am pleased tonight to announce that I'm partnering with LBUSD to build a major new Educare preschool center at Barton Elementary in North Long Beach. Now, Long Beach Unified, through the great work of the superintendent and the board, was selected to host this incredible new preschool center, the first of its kind in Southern California. I will partner with Superintendent Steinhauser, Long Beach Unified School Board member Megan Kerr, and the rest of the board to raise the additional funds needed to bring the spectacular new preschool to Long Beach. This new preschool and early childhood education center will provide high quality, year-round early education to all children throughout North Long Beach. In addition, we are working with members of the Early Childhood Education Committee to expand access and participation throughout Long Beach so that every student who enrolls in kindergarten is ready for success. Whether they attended a public institution or a private institution, we want to increase preschool and ensure that every child is ready to succeed. And at this time, I want to thank our partners who have so enthusiastically welcomed the city into the Long Beach College Promise. Please give a round of applause to Long Beach Unified School District Chris Steinhauser, President of Long Beach City College Eloy Oakley, and the President of Cal State Long Beach, Jane Close Connolly. Let's give them a round of applause. I want to thank all three of them, and I also want to thank the teachers, the faculty, the parents, and the students. I look forward to this collaboration. Let's give our teachers a round of applause. And this could not be possible without the support of the City Council. The City Council in Long Beach is committed to quality education for all, and I want to thank them for their enthusiastic support. Thank you, guys. That same collaborative approach must also guide our city to ensure that growth and development create a sustainable and livable city. We now face what President Obama has called the defining challenge of our generation, climate change. And let me be clear, climate change is real. And climate change is not something that is coming in the future, it is already here. It is already here. 2014 was the hottest year on record. We have now come to the point where climate change is inevitable. We can mitigate it, we can slow it down, but the reality is we must adapt to a changing climate. That means changing the way we produce and use energy, supporting transportation that is not reliant on fossil fuels, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, creating additional green space, and looking at every way that we can reduce our carbon footprint. We've already begun, but we have much, much more work to do. That's why I'm calling on our City Council tonight to review the progress of our Sustainable City Action Plan and to update its goals. And I also want to announce tonight that I have a great commitment from the Aquarium of the Pacific, who, as we all know, their programs are world-renowned, to work with top scientific experts to develop a climate change action plan and to present it to the City Council. The Port will also continue to provide leadership in climate change. This year, we mark the 10th anniversary of our Green Port policy. Now, since 2005, diesel pollution from ships, trucks, and trains have been reduced by 82%, even as cargo has increased. 82%. And the Port has invested $200 million of electric power for ships and more than $17 million in community grants. Let's give them a round of applause. As we adapt to a changing climate, one of the most vital efforts that we have is water conservation. California, as we all know, is experiencing its worst drought in many generations. With the great leadership of our water department, Long Beach has cut our water use significantly. In fact, we use the same amount of water today that we used in 1958, when our population was much smaller. But as we think about conservation, it's important for us to remember that the drought continues. And even with the recent rains, we must conserve. I want to implore everyone that's here tonight and watching at home to think about every drop of water that we use, and to please keep in mind water conservation every single day. I am also committed to expanding green space throughout the city, especially in the areas that are lacking. Now, the state water bond, which was just passed in November, includes $30 million for the Rivers and Mountains Conservancy that will help restore the lower LA River. And I've already been talking with Los Angeles Mayor Robert Garcia about ways our cities can work together to make the LA River a place for residents and for visitors to enjoy. Now, several projects along the river are already beginning and they're transforming. These include, of course, the DeForest Wetlands, the Wrigley Greenbelt, and the Drake and Cesar Chavez Park expansions. Now, these projects will add many acres of green space and create a natural barrier between the 710 and our neighborhoods. We must also continue to explore options for the breakwater. Now, I've long advocated that we should study the reconfiguration of the breakwater, not just as a means of keeping our beaches and our water clean, but for economic development along our shore. And I am committed to ensuring that any possible change in the breakwater leaves our coastal homes, our properties, and our port completely protected. We must complete the study to finally have answers on what we can or may not be able to do. Completing this study will be high on my agenda when I travel to Washington, D.C. and meet with our congressional delegation and the rest of Congress in the next couple of weeks. And we will also continue to do other things. We will expand our use of solar power around Long Beach. Just last month, the city entered into an agreement to place solar generators at 4 more sites around Long Beach. And we'll continue converting to LED street lights for all of our neighborhoods. LED lights are not only more attractive and more sustainable, they will save the city money. We will also continue leadership on other green areas. Our bike infrastructure, as we all know, has already won national acclaim, and it's going to be one of the main reasons why we're going to be able to host our own version of Ciclavia called Beach Streets. Beach Streets, for this first year, will be hosted in Bixby Knolls and in North Long Beach. And I know all of you, myself included, we can't wait to go, and we're very excited about it. I also want to announce tonight that I've asked the Environmental Committee, through its chairwoman, as well as City Council, to explore ways to strengthen urban agriculture. Not only does urban agriculture provide healthy food for residents and combat blight, it reduces our carbon footprint by adding additional green space to our already urban environment. See, the Long Beach of the future will be sustainable and livable, but it will also have a high level of civic engagement. It will use technology to support openness, efficiency, and accountability, and to support the use of technology and innovation. As you all know, we have restructured our new Department of Technology Services to the Department of Technology and Innovation. We have created a new commission, the Technology and Innovation Commission, or as I'm going to call them, the Geek Squad. And this commission will be charged with generating ideas and policies that will move Long Beach as a national leader in the use of technology and accountable government. This year, we will also launch an open data initiative and put as much city information online as possible to engage the expertise of the private sector as well as the public sector on issues from healthcare to trade and to environmental sustainability. This is the wave of the future, and Long Beach is taking the lead. As we all know, the world is rapidly changing, and Long Beach must adapt and must adapt quickly. I know that we are up to this task because we are not afraid to dream and think big. President John F. Kennedy and Robert Kennedy were both fond of saying, there are those who look at things the way they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not. I am asking all of us to ask why not. We have a smart and forward-thinking city council. We have a capable and committed city management. And most of all, we have an optimistic and diverse population that is ready for positive change. Now, I'm honored and humbled to be the mayor of this incredible and unique city. And I look forward to working with all of you to make Long Beach the best city it can be, a true 21st century city. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for loving Long Beach. I want to thank you for the work you put every single day to support your family and for coming to work. Being here tonight means you care, you love Long Beach. I want to thank you again. I want to thank this great city council, our citywide elected officials. I want to thank our city employees and all of you for being a partner in this dream. Good night and go Long Beach.
Thank you for watching Long Beach Local News.